Hello, hello, and good day. It's me, the Fresh Baked Niche, back at it again. Uh, yeah, I do apologize, first and foremost, for, the delay and what's probably going to end up being a double feature. Life catches up to you sometimes, and, you don't always have time to do the things you want to do, but you certainly need to make time to do the things you need to do. So, yeah, anyways, I thought today would be kind of fun to talk about holidays. For those who are not aware, I live in the United States, and at least out here, we got about three big holidays, and they weirdly all fall basically month to month to month. Those being Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Yeah, I blanked on that one for a second. I do apologize. So, I thought it'd be cool to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite, give my reasons why I do and do not like them, and why they are where they are. And, starting off is, funny enough, Halloween. I'm not going to say it's a terrible holiday, but I don't know. As an adult who works a 9 to 5 and, seems busy more times than not, and honestly, someone who never really got invited to Halloween parties until he was of, drinking age, I've just never cared about Halloween that much. I mean, as a kid, it was cool, but it was never like, crazy. I mean, you'd go to Walmart, you'd get your cheapy little costume. You'd go out some random night of the week that wasn't actually Halloween. You'd get all your candy, and then, Halloween would happen, and you'd tell your friends at school, hey, happy Halloween. And then that was it. It wasn't much back then. And I mean, as an adult, it got a little bit better. I like scary movies a bit more, so I have some traditions there. I like to watch, shoot, I lost the name there for a second. Yep. John Carpenter's The Thing. That's one of my favorite movies ever. And I like to watch it at least once a year. I usually also like to watch Ghost Stories. That's a good one. But, as an adult, I mean, Halloween basically boils down to, hey, wear something skeevy or over the top, go meet up with your friends at someone's house, drink a bunch, try not to vomit, It's okay. It's not like my favorite thing in the world, but it's certainly not terrible. I'm sure there's certainly worse things you could be doing with your night, but hey, whatever. So that's, like I said, good or bad. I like it enough. Now, number 2, this might be a point of contention for some people, is actually Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. I like Christmas movies a lot. I like all the food you get throughout that time of year. And, it's one of my preferred times of the year because I do like winter quite a lot. But, it's, at least in this country, it's becoming more and more corporate, which it's just such a shame. It used to be such a magical time of year. You'd see those commercials, you'd see those movies, and you'd just be full of warmth. At least that's what I remember. And I'm not saying I don't feel that nowadays. It's just not the same. Everyone's trying to sell you something, and there's always those big deals. And I don't know. I mean, most people have to work anyways. I think it's like a Wednesday this year. So cool. I get a day off in the middle of the week, and then I'm back on it again. Okay, sure, dude. It's whatever. It's lost a little bit of its charm, but I do still like hanging out with the family. I still do, Christmas presents and waking up early, and I do watch the 24 Hours of a Christmas Story. Freaking love that movie. And that's what we do, and that's what we're gonna keep doing, and that's cool. And that's all great, but it doesn't compare to at least my favorite holiday, and that being Thanksgiving. I don't know why I like it so much. I think it's untapped potential. Because not for nothing, but Halloween has gotten cringe over the years thanks to people just making it their entire personality. Christmas is kind of in the same vein, but that's more of like a corporate thing where that's their whole personality. Thanksgiving is untapped, and I'm happy it stays that way. I like the seasonal flavors for a lot of things, whether that be desserts, foods, or alcohol. I love that there's one day out of the year where, with very little expectations, I can just sit down, eat just an enormous, amount of food, hang out with my family for a day, and just not have to think about work, not have to do anything else. And the world just kind of seems at peace for at least a little bit. And, with it being at a pretty solid time of the year, don't have to worry about, icy roads or anything weird. At least where I live, the roads don't get taken care of very well. And yeah, the number of times where we've almost not been able to see our family because, hey, the roads suck. You know, that's really unfortunate. Never happened on Thanksgiving though. Worst we ever had was some rain. And, you know, I'll take it. It's still a nice time of year. Can wear a hoodie. And wait a minute, some of my favorite seasonal things happen at that specific time. Specifically, you know, the big ass turkeys. And I've been really, really a huge fan of the cranberry sauce. I don't know why when I was a kid I just couldn't stand it for some reason. I don't know why. It's sweet, it's jelly, it's awesome, but never liked it. But now as an adult, oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. That and deviled eggs, but, you know, we do those every once in a while because, well, they are really good. But, you know, that's a quick one, and that's me talking about the three big holidays. So, you know, maybe let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite holiday of those three? You know, and why? Or what are things you don't like, maybe that aren't talked about? Just, you know, food for thought. Ha ha ha. But, you know, thank you all for the everything, honestly. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.